don't give a squat, nigga, flapjack hoop, son, straight up. Rich white man shit, son, right here, son, straight up. I get that shit, son, straight up, son. No flapjacks, some squats, some beats, some booms, shit,
Hi, my name is Judy Cerda, and I'm an actress.
Chevy Chase, Chevy Chase, Chevy Chase, Chevy Chase, Chevy. I'm a rich white man, yeah. Call me Chevy Chase. I'm a rich white man, yeah. Call me Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase, Chevy Chase, Chevy.
What music videos did you work with Ryan on?
I did 4 great ones with him. Rich White Man, Mark Cuban, Rich White Man, Chevy Chase, Ain't Never Been a Hoe, and Hustlin.
What was your favorite video you did with him?
They were all really good, but I would have to say my favorite was Hustlin because we did so many different scenes in it, the devil scenes and the angel scenes. They were a lot of fun. For the angel scenes, I put on this white eyeliner and angelic looking makeup, and then for the devil scene, I changed the makeup for that, and we filmed that around a lot of fire in the garage at his house, so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, tell us about the first time you met Ryan and what that experience was like.
It was really great. I could tell he was very serious about his craft. He was a little nervous at first when I showed up, but we had talked on the phone and on the internet several times, and he had reviewed all my work. So he told me he thought we'd be great for the video, and this would be a good way to find out how we flow together, is what he said.
Okay.
On the news, eating cheddar in the morning, and when she want my asshole, what the fuck am I even saying?
How did Ryan reach out to you? How do you what made you even want to be a part of his music video?
Well, I had done other music videos before. I had done a very famous one that made it in Rolling Stone magazine for a song called The Summer Place by Fountains of Wayne. Everybody knows them because they sing that song, Stacy's Mom.
Okay.
So they're a very famous group.
Yeah.
I had been in that music video, a bunch of music videos with Mogasm and some bands in different places. So I, as a matter of course, would apply to music videos when I'd see them on actor casting sites. So I applied for the video. And he had put out the ad that he wanted a couple of models, he said, for a comedy music video. So I wrote to him and I said, well, I do lots of comedy short films and lots of music videos. Here's some of my materials, my resume, and some pictures. So he got back to me and said, I really liked your materials and your work, but I've gotten a lot of responses, so I'm going to make a decision in about a week and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
That's par for the course for directors to say that.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, that's fine, let me know. And then a week later, he said, I definitely want to work with you. I really have a feeling that we would do really well, not only on this video, but many other videos. And he said, I think you'd be great for it. I may have another model involved too. He said, I haven't made up my mind, or I may just use you, but either way, you're in. And he told me, I'll get you the song soon that we're going to do this too, and we'll set it up with my photographer. So I said, okay, great. So I really didn't know anything about 3PAC. I just knew he called himself Ryan H, and he was doing videos. So when we finally had it set up, he sent me the song the night before, the Mark Cuban song, and sent me his YouTube channel to say, this is what I do. And he said, you may see a lot of hater comments on there, but he said, they really do love me, and I know that. And he said, I have a lot of fans too that really follow what I do. And then he told me about his language of Chatamama and different expressions that he uses that he said had a real following. So I saw it the night before and I said, well, that's fine. So then when we met up, and it was at a beautiful place, I knew right away it was going to be a good video.
Nice.
Yeah, and right away we got along well, and his photographer was super nice, so I just knew it would work out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I love that story.
Ain't shit they can say, ain't shit they can do. I'ma keep on hustling and giving zero hoops. I'ma keep on hustling and giving zero hoops. I'ma keep on hustling and giving zero hoops. Ain't shit.
Let's talk about after Ryan passed away, that different phase of Zero Hoots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what was going on at that time?
Well, of course, everybody was really depressed. I think I cried every day for about 3 weeks. I was really depressed, and a lot of his fans wrote to me. A lot of them had been Facebook friends before he had passed when I was making videos with him, but then I got even more friend requests from hundreds of them after that. And a lot of them wrote to me, and I was trying to comfort them, but at the same time they were trying to comfort me and telling me, Ryan lives on forever. He's never going to be completely completely gone. And one of them said something to me when I was feeling so down and telling him I just don't feel motivated these days at all in regards to my own career. He said, well, you know what, you have to do it now. You have to do it for you and Ryan. He said everything you do now, everything you accomplish is for him too.
Please, I get it, UPS, FedEx, I'm blessed with the check. Red shit they can say, and shit they can do. I'ma keep on hustling and giving zero hoops.
How did you deal with the haters in YouTube?
Well, I was surprised because I had never really had haters until I started appearing in 3PAC videos. I had never experienced that on any of my acting videos or the other music videos I did on YouTube. But as Ryan put it, if we weren't doing something important, they wouldn't be hating on us, because he said if what we did wasn't good or wasn't important, they wouldn't take the time to comment or to write to us. He said a lot of them are hiding behind their computers wishing they were doing what we did, which I know is true, because since he did pass, I actually got some nice messages from some former haters who told me that they were very jealous about us, that they were jealous when I was on 3PAC's lap because they had a little crush on me. They thought that 3PAC was really great and liked the way he did what he wanted regardless of what anybody said. So a lot of them really did feel some jealousy and envy and even admitted that. And I think that's true with anybody, whether it's a politician or a performer. There are haters out there who sometimes admire them, but because they're not doing the same thing, it turns into hate and envy. So just realizing that made me overcome it and realize I shouldn't let any remarks bother me, because I know what I'm doing and what I am, and he knew what he was doing, and he wasn't letting anybody interfere with his path.
Yeah. Ain't shit they can say, ain't shit they can do. I'ma keep on hustling and giving zero hoops. I'ma keep on hustling and giving zero hoops. I'ma keep on hustling and giving zero hoops. Ain't shit they can say, ain't shit they can do. I'ma keep on hustling and giving zero hoops. I'ma keep on hustling and giving zero hoops. I'ma keep on hustling and giving zero hoops.
I would have to say he showed me by example that he did the songs he wanted, used the words he wanted, did the type of performing he wanted without caring what anyone thought. You got to go after your career goals, do what you want with your life, as long as you're not hurting or killing anybody or doing drugs. If you're just going after your goals and working on what you want in life, you shouldn't care what anybody else thinks, because a lot of times that is just envy. People get very envious if they see someone succeeding at something. So you just can't let anybody stop you. For example, if you're a rapper and somebody tells you you're really bad, you're a singer, somebody criticizes your voice, you can't let that get to you, because that usually comes from envy. As Ryan always said, if you're not doing something important, they wouldn't be bothered with hating on you. So if somebody is singing and working on a career with that, or dancing, and somebody hates them for it, it may be because they do think the person really is good and it bothers them. That's not always easy to handle if you see somebody out there doing really well. So I just think that people need to go after what they want, get an education, live a good life, stay away from the drugs. Don't ruin your life with drugs at all. Just go after your goals and think about what's important to you, what makes you happy, and how you can contribute to the world.
Big boss tycoon, stay getting cheddar. No one do it better, she know I get her wetter. Stay smoking trees, so I keep my eyes up bleed. Get the bread for my niggas that I know I gotta feed. I'm not white ass nigga.
I think the hoot is envy. It's also anger from people feeling like they don't have what they want in their lives. They're not brave enough to go after what they want, because Ryan was very brave about doing his music videos and even being silly in some of them. I mean, some of them were just hilarious that I saw him do, and he wasn't afraid to be silly. He didn't care if somebody made fun of him or not, because it just didn't bother him at all. He knew that what he was doing, he knew it was all a part of marketing. He was getting more and more famous. Even when he was doing silly things, it was making him even more famous, and people all over the world were asking him to perform in their town doing concerts. So he obviously was very well loved, and that's what he told me too. He said, you know what, the haters love us too. They just don't want to admit it, but he said, I know they do.
Never been a hoe, I never been a hoe, bitch, I've never been a hoe. I'm dodging all these pros and I'm killing all these shows. Never been a hoe, bitch, I never been a hoe.